For this video, I'm going to talk about building custom URLs so that you can capture more detailed tracking data. Now, this video series is about Google Adwords, but this really applies to Facebook ads, Microsoft Ad Center, Google AdWords, anything. It's all the same concept. The only thing that's going to be a little bit different is value track parameters, and I'll show you that in a bit too. So when we're talking about building a URL, let's say you have an ad, it's running on Google, and people are clicking over from Google to your landing page. So they're either going to hit, in my case, they're going to hit either this URL, which is just my landing page URL, and in that case, the lead source is going to say Google Organic. Now, if I have auto tagging turned on, which is this setting inside Google AdWords, that's how Google Analytics and Google AdWords kind of talk to each other, is this thing called auto tagging. Google AdWords will append a Google click ID called a gclid parameter, which is kind of like a random number or something. They'll append that to your URL. So if we see this Google click ID, we know that this came from Google AdWords because they are the only ones that are going to append this Google click ID parameter. So in that case, your lead source will be like something like Google pay-per-click or something. Now, if you build a custom URL, since you have control over the ad and you can say, hey AdWords, this is the URL that we want to send people to, it's best to build a custom URL. Then you want to set these UTM parameters: UTM source, UTM medium, UTM term, content, and campaign. So this is kind of like the GA source, GA medium, GA campaign, and so forth. So as the picture shows in here, this is what that URL would have looked like. So if somebody clicked on this URL, this is what the data would result in. So we're setting the source to Google, the medium to AdWords, and then the term is going to be dynamically populated using a value track parameter that Google AdWords provides. And that is shown here, this little keyword insertion tag. Now, using eye tracker, you can get pretty specific with your lead sources. You can say, well, my lead source, I want it to be the source, medium, and campaign. Or maybe you want it to be source, medium, campaign, and content. Or maybe it's source, medium, campaign, content, and then keyword. This would be dynamically populated, of course. You can set that if you're using the iTracker Ultimate version. Just log into iTracker, go to the dynamic lead source settings, and then you have these little options you can choose from. And then once you do that, it'll take up to like 15 minutes to fully update, clear your cache and cookies, and retest. But we'll basically set the lead source to something like that. That's how we'll form the lead source. Now, to build these custom URLs, you can use our URL builder. And to do that, you would basically just take your your landing page URL like that, and then just put whatever you want in here as for the source. Google AdWords, and then what did I put here? Promotional, and then Black Friday ad, and then for the keyword I put, or the term, I use that insertion tag. And then just hit build. And then there you go. It'll build your URL, and it'll also keep a running tally of all the stuff that you've built. And if you want to use this on somewhere else, you can shorten it. And this is the short URL. And then the benefits in using the short URL, you can view these click stats, so you can see total clicks and a bunch of information if they clicked on the short URL. So anyways, there's that. So this is this is a URL builder that we provide. You have to use the Ultimate version, but you can use this to build your custom URLs. So once you've built your custom URLs, and now that you understand the difference between just sending people directly to your landing page, or directly to your landing page with auto tagging turned on, or directly to your landing page with the UTM parameters, and then at times there also might be a Google click ID appended to that, which is fine as well. This will give you the most detailed level of tracking data, and this is what we recommend: is build custom URLs for your AdWords ads, and that way you can get a lot of data. Now, in the video series coming up, I'm going to show you how to actually plug this stuff in to Google AdWords, and then also, if you don't want to create a URL for every one of your ads, you can use these tracking templates, and I'm going to get into that too. And the tracking templates are a little bit advanced, but they'll save you a lot of time. So anyways, more to come.